what's one behind the scenes secret how fine jewelry is made?
Gems in general is all cut by hand. It's all manually done. On average, one diamond will take 30 days to cut. And we can't make mistakes. We've had a situation where we had a rough that was flawless. It was a very valuable piece. After we cut it, there was a small error that was made. It had almost $100,000 loss. So we have to be extra careful in its cutting. If there's an error, we can't press delete. Once it's done, it's done.
You deal with diamonds and rare gemstones as well. How do you help a client choose something that's both emotionally meaningful and a smart long-term asset? Hello and welcome to the Dreamcatchers Show Season 3, where we capture inspiring stories, one dream at a time. Hosted by your very own Saagar Mehta. Powered by Mandar Padhe, the Resilient Investor. Online Diet Care by Dr. Neha Rao. Associate sponsors, Infiniti Jewels. Supported by Realty by Dipti. Homestay, property upgrades, real estate investments. Media partner, Crazy Talk. Hair and makeup by Sanya Kamboj. Now, as we promised that we will keep getting you interesting, inspiring guests and stories, we have a very interesting guest here. And would you believe me if I say that you can wear a jewelry piece 3 different ways and it looks stunning each way? Yes. So today's guest runs a 3rd generation jewelry house that does exactly that. My guest today is Saagar Mehta, director and co-founder of Infiniti Jewels, a 3rd generation family-run fine jewelry house in Singapore known for its bespoke designs and investment-grade gemstones. And if you like my earrings and my ring and my bracelet, it's all from Infiniti Jewels. I buy my diamonds only from there, and so should you. All right, on that note, welcome to the show, Saagar.
Hi Shalima, thank you very much for having me here, and I'm very happy to be here at Dreamcatchers for this special moment.
Absolutely, we're so delighted to have you here, and we're going to dig straight into the sparkle behind the name. So what does Infiniti Jewels mean to you personally?
You know, Infiniti is all about forever. We believe forever in service, in guidance, in education, because it's all about helping and appreciating the clients or the individuals' knowledge of the different gems and what is available and what is unique about the different gems. So for me, Infiniti is all about being along with everyone for the journey of the different occasions.
Oh, lovely. That's nice. So you've always had that bent of business bent of mind, right? A little birdie told me that in school you used to sell your lunchbox, pizza to be exact. What was the story behind that?
I think I had the entrepreneurship kind of mindset from a young age. And it was not just pizzas, it was different
cuisines. Oh
lunch
my God.
cuisines, from Mexican to Italian to Indian. And a lot of my school friends, or everyone, a lot of people in my school, they love my mom's cooking, my mom's food. So that awareness of my mom's food, it really, you know, it went like fire among the students.
Okay.
At the beginning, you know, I was very happy. I was like, yeah, you know, take, no problem. My lunch would only get over. There would be no food for me. So, you know, I made it a point that I was like, okay, you know, let me turn this into something more meaningful for me. So I started selling each slice.
Okay.
So each slice was $1.
Okay.
Per day, I would make a good revenue that I would take a small percentage of that and buy my lunch.
Okay.
And the rest would be my profit.
Nice.
So I did this for about 4 years. So by the time, you know, I was graduating, I had a very nice, large savings that, you know, it helped me during my army days and things. So
right.
I think it was in me for, you know.
Yes, to be a businessman always. Yeah, right.
You know,
so you're part of a jewelry legacy that goes back to the 1980s with Diastar, right?
Absolutely.
So, what are your earliest memories of growing up around gems and diamonds?
So, ever since in middle school, my father would bring us to the office because, during the summer holidays, we would have 3 months.
Right.
We would go 1 month on holiday, but then for 2 months, we're back in Singapore.
Right.
So I would make a point to go to the office to learn. So from a very young age, I was learning accounting,
nice.
debit, credit, talking to the banks, seeing the incomings, outgoings. And then as I grew a little bit older, my father started introducing me how to see diamonds, what his business is all about, brought me to see some of his clients and how they communicate and
Right.
negotiate. So I think that spiraled in me, that interest, that guidance that my father gave. And today I can see it, coming into fruit.
Absolutely. But was there any moment in time when you thought of doing something completely different instead of joining the family business?
Absolutely. I think entrepreneurship is in me. And during college, I also learned I graduated in entrepreneurship. But in school, in university, I started my own business there.
Oh, okay. This is in the US?
In the US.
Okay.
Which was in automation systems.
Oh,
So we targeted hotels, creating automation systems for hotels.
okay.
From that, when I moved back to Singapore, so I sold my stake there and I moved back to Singapore because my father wanted me to move back. And when I moved back here, I met few new contacts through my startup that I did in the US. Got connected me to a few other people in Singapore, and I started my own solar business.
Oh, wow.
So I was doing solar leasing. We
Okay.
had signed some very big contracts, 25-year contracts when I was 25 years old. It was pushing forward. And then I had to make a choice. Join my father. And I was with my father at that time as well.
Right.
As well. But I have a passion for starting businesses. So I did have my own things to lean upon.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I decided to be only with my family business and grow the different areas of the family business.
Right.
And that's when we launched Infiniti Jewels
Beautiful,
as part
yeah.
of the family business.
Absolutely. So initially it was B2B trading, right?
Yes.
And then it became like customer facing bespoke brand. How did that change come about?
So that was primarily my idea. When I joined my father, I realized that a lot of the structures that was in place at that time was the old traditional way, and there was no loyalty
Okay.
in that side of the business. I'm all about loyalty. I'm all about service, and I'm very client facing. I'm a very talkative person.
People's person. Yes.
Right? And so I kind of showed the vision to my father, got my brother on board.
Right.
It was quite seamless to convince my brother that, we need to look at a different direction. And, at the end, I gave my father the ultimatum that you can continue doing this, but I won't join the business because I had my own
Okay.
businesses that my solar business was already in place. Or I told my father, if you want me to join, then we have to do things differently.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm not interested to join. And at the end, my father gave in,
Okay.
and he is like, let's try it. Let's look at what you're thinking. And I think ever since then, he hasn't looked back. So it was a
Right. The filmmaker in me is thinking, this is like a nice movie plot. Yeah, right. So when did you first feel, okay, now we are not just a traditional jeweler, we are a modern luxury brand?
I felt that our brand is growing, is become more of a modern fine jewelry brand. When we started doing a lot of exclusive curated experiences and events.
Okay.
So we do a lot of exclusive private events with Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Bentley,
Wow.
Rolls-Royce. We do it with luxury yacht brands. We do it with financial institutions, and we do very curated experiences and events. And I think over the last 5-6 years, especially, we have a lot of these brands now approaching us directly to say, hey, to do something together. So I think that is when we, kind of felt and realized that our brand now has reached that kind of level that the brands such as, in the international brands such as Lamborghini, that is well trusted, reputable, and has quality and service, is happy to do exclusive events with us.
Yeah.
And that's when we felt that confidence from our partners.
Lovely, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's lovely collaboration. So you operate across Southeast Asia, India, and the Middle East. Do people in different regions want different things from their jewelry?
Absolutely. I think culture has a very big part in the taste and the kind of colors or the kind of designs people
Right.
like. For example, Singapore is very classic, more simplistic,
Right.
high quality but more simplistic designs. Middle East is the opposite. It's very flamboyant. It's all about
Right.
big pieces, the biggest pieces. Quality is not as important
okay.
to many people there. More about the size. So different cultures has different kind of appetite and different kind of requirements and designs.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So, as I mentioned in my intro that you have the multi-way jewelry pieces, can you share one piece that people look at and say, what, it does that too? Is it like a ring or is it a neck piece or what is it?
Absolutely. Actually, one of my favorite pieces is it's a pair of earrings that can be transformed 5 different ways.
Oh.
You can transform the earring to a ring.
Okay.
You can transform the earrings to a pendant.
Oh.
Or you can transfer the earrings to a full set, be it with a earring, pendant, and ring. So
Whoa.
one earring you can wear as a full set, or you can really mix and match from the styles you want to wear. This is one of our specializations where certain pieces you can wear it in 2, 3, or more ways.
Right.
Depending on the style.
So, people who are listening to us on iTunes and Spotify, you might want to go check out our Insta page because we will be sharing a video of what Saagar just described to you, right? So, check us out on Instagram and YouTube for the real 5 jewelry design, right? Okay. So, you deal with color diamonds and rare gemstones as well. How do you help a client choose something that's both emotionally meaningful and a smart long-term asset?
For us, it's very important that when we sit with our clients, we try to, we try to act as, we are consultants.
Okay.
More than just, informing the client that this is the right piece. First, we try to understand from the client what is their appetite, do they have a favorite color? Are they looking at this kind of investment for a piece to put into a fine jewelry piece or to store it? Because they can be different gems that we would recommend based on some of their answers.
Right.
Because if they want a piece that's for everyday wear, then certain gemstones might be a little soft in terms of durability for everyday wear. So we wouldn't recommend it then. So
Okay.
based on the client's appetite, based on their requirement and the kind of occasions they're going to either wear it or store it,
Right.
we would then recommend to them different gemstones.
Oh.
So, but of course, what we try to always keep in mind is that we will always recommend to the clients gems that will have long-term appreciation. So even if the gem is not in one of the recommended gems because of their requirement, we would still educate them on the different
Right.
things, because sometimes the client might be like, you know what, I think this gem is more suitable because of the answers that we had given compared to even what is in their requirement phase.
Right.
Which comes all with education, because the more you're educated, the more informed answer you can give to us in terms of what is the right kind of gem for you.
Right, yeah, because you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't
So it's like, oh, this is the typical diamond I have in mind. But then there are so many different rare gems that you deal in as well.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
different cuttings, different shapes,
Right.
different qualities, different colors, different transparencies. So there's so much information just for one gem that you really have to have, like, it needs guidance and it needs a lot of communication in order to kind of understand and know what is the right gem for you. If I were to go for wine appreciation events, when I didn't know anything about wine, I wouldn't know what to select. I would just say, I want an Italian wine.
Right.
Now there can be many variations of
Right,
Italian
right,
wines,
right.
right? Similarly, it's same thing in gems. The more we are educated, the more we educate, the more information they have and the more informed answer they can give us after.
Right, absolutely. What's one behind the scenes secret how fine jewelry is made that always surprises people at your showroom events?
I think more than jewelry, I think it's the aspect of the gems itself that surprises people the most. What I mean by that is gems in general is all cut by hand. It's all manually done.
Right.
There are machines that support, but at the end of the day, it is still human decision making. So on average, one diamond will take 30 days to cut, and we can't make mistakes. So when we're cutting a diamond, there can be human errors, and because of that, if there's an error, we can't press delete, you can't press back and redo something. Once it's done, it's done. We've had a situation where we had a rough that was flawless. It was a very valuable piece, and after we cut it, there was a small error that was made, and that made the diamond go from flawless to internally flawless, which had almost, because of the quality and size, it had almost $100,000 loss. Right? So we have to be extra careful in cutting, and that's why there's a lot of value and time that goes into the actual cutting process, which a lot of people don't know. Right? And so imagine, on an average in a month, we are cutting thousands of diamonds.
Right.
And each diamond can take 30 days. So you can imagine the amount of skilled workers you need, the amount of time, the amount of labor, the amount of production that's needed in order to cut all the diamonds.
And is it all happening in Singapore?
No, so we do all of our cutting in India,
Okay.
just outside Bombay. We get the gems are from all over the world. The gems are not from India.
Okay.
The gems are from places like Brazil, Africa, Canada, Australia, different places in the world, and we send it to India for the cutting because the best skilled workers in the entire world for cutting gems is in India. 90% of the gems globally, it gets cut in India.
Wow.
90%. Right?
That's
so
huge.
be it from anywhere in the world, 90% will get sent to India because of the skills of the Indians have for cutting gems for over hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
But our jewelry, our production's in Hong Kong.
Okay.
So it's literally in different places where we feel the best specialization is, we will do it there. So we don't compromise on quality.
Okay.
For the gems, we will cut it in India. For the jewelry, our production is in Hong Kong. So it's literally the best of both from the entire world's comparison.
Wow. Okay, tell me about a client story that stayed with you. Maybe a proposal, an heirloom redesign, or a piece that literally changed someone's confidence.
There was a client of ours, and they came in with their partner. The partner wanted a blue sapphire for her engagement, for her proposal ring, her engagement ring. But as part of the family tradition, she was given a second ring. Okay. This second ring was not her main ring. She still wanted her blue sapphire, but this was part of their family tradition. That the diamond from the ring gets passed down to the next lady that's coming into the family.
Okay.
So this tradition has been going for 200 years.
Whoa.
That same diamond for 200 years has been passed down through different generations, and now it's been given to our client, the client's partner, as part of to welcome her into the family.
Right.
Every lady, they get to redesign the ring, but the diamond itself has been passed down for 200 years.
Okay.
So that kind of legacy, that kind of story, it is what we keep informing our clients, right? And I think it's very interesting because the amount of history that gem has seen going down 200 years and still being in its 100% perfect form was unbelievable.
And the trust and confidence that they had in Infiniti Jewels that they will be able to help us with that, right? That makes it even more special.
More special, exactly.
Absolutely, wow. So you also curate private events and experiences, as you mentioned. What's the most memorable event you've hosted in your showroom?
I would say our gem education, gem knowledge sharing, I would say. The reason is because it really attracts people's interest and appreciation of different gems. A lot of, the events always go longer because, people are fascinated with the amount of content and the different kind of knowledge that they're getting for the different gems that they are interested in.
Right.
So I think our gem knowledge sharing events have always done really well.
And the champagne that goes along with it.
And the champagne that goes along with it.
Right.
That always helps
Yeah,
the events.
absolutely. All right, from Dye Star in 1982 to Infiniti Jewels today, what legacy are you hoping to build for the next generation?
You know, what we're trying to build is a brand that has value, that anyone can come to with trust, that you
Right.
have to always be transparent, you always have to be informative, and you always have to educate, because with that, you create loyalty.
Right.
And for us, loyalty is the most important, and that's what we want to pass on to the next generation. We really want them to really understand that it is not about a sale, but it's about the service and loyalty you keep with every individual.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, what do you see? Where do you see Infiniti Jewels in the next 5-10 years in terms of new markets or new product categories or new experiences? What is that one key focus you have right now?
I would say international expansion.
Okay.
So we've just opened our showroom in Dubai.
Yes,
So
congratulations.
thank you very
again.
much.
Yeah.
So that is in the Business Bay in Dubai, which is just 5 minutes from Dubai Mall. And my hope in the next 5 to 10 years is to grow that expansion even more. Eventually we're exploring different markets in the Middle East as well as beyond. We're looking at Europe. We have a few opportunities in Europe. We have a few opportunities in other parts in the Middle East.
Right.
So definitely the plan and hope is to expand the brand into different markets where there will be a showroom presence.
Wow.
But at the moment, our showrooms are in Singapore, Dubai, and Hong Kong.
Beautiful, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very
Wish
much.
Huge success, and we
Thank
want
you
to
very
see
much,
Infiniti
Shalima.
when we travel to Europe and UK and everywhere else, right? So, for someone listening right now and watching this, you're an entrepreneur, right? So, what advice would you give them if they are looking at opening a luxury brand? What are the misconceptions? What are the do's and don'ts about starting a business?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that, a lot of people think Singapore is a small market. If you do business in Singapore, there's not much growth.
Right.
I think that is a big misconception because I feel Singapore has a lot of spending power. Singapore has a lot of individuals that appreciate luxury. It's a very constant, stable market. So I
Right.
think it's a great market to enter for anyone that's looking to enter Singapore from either from just a business perspective or be it a luxury brand. I think there's a lot of scope and opportunities in Singapore. I think the one thing a lot of people require being in Singapore is patience.
Right.
In general, Asians, be it us Indians, be it the local Chinese, we take time to gain to build that trust.
Right.
We don't automatically just give our trust; it needs to be built. So I
Right.
think that the key is having patience with every individual.
Patience is required for any entrepreneur in any segment.
Absolutely.
Nobody's an overnight success, so that patience is required, right?
Absolutely.
Dreamcatchers turns 15 years this year.
Wow,
So we've been
that's amazing.
at it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we've been at it, trying everything under the sun, and it's been an exciting journey.
That's amazing.
So yeah. So is there anything exciting coming up? A new collection, a trunk show, or a special experience that our viewers can look forward to in Singapore or maybe outside?
We are coming up with unique new collections. We always come up with new collections.
Right.
Our design team is very strong. What we specialize in is one design, one piece. All of our designer pieces, we only make one. So our design team always has to be creative.
Right.
There's always new, unique concepts that are being built, from transformative collections
Right.
to more bespoke, different kind of collections using integrating with pink diamonds, integrating with other color diamonds, or integrating with other unique or rare gemstones. In terms of experiences, we have launched a new brand, which is called Love Forever,
Oh, nice.
which is all about curating experiences for our clients,
Okay.
mainly targeting for proposals and anniversaries. It's to ensure and building more loyal and long-term relationships with our clients. We
Okay.
really get to understand everything about our clients and helping them curate the most meaningful experience that they would want to have.
That's nice. So on the Dream Catchers show, we always ask this, okay? What's the dream that you're still chasing?
The dream I'm still chasing is that, when I walk down the street, be in any country, and if I'm holding an Infiniti bag, an Infiniti Jewels bag, it's recognized by everyone. I think that for me is the dream that I'm striving for.
Wonderful, and we wish you all the best in that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shalima.
May the dream come true. Where can people find you?
So you could find us online, be it on our social media. Our handle is Infiniti Jewels Asia. We have our website as well, which is infinitijewels.com.sg. Our offline store in Singapore, we're located in Paragon Mall. It's a private boutique at Lobby F on the 14th floor, 1407. So it's an exclusive private showroom. Please do come by. Please do drop us a call, and we'll be happy to schedule a private viewing.
Absolutely. It was wonderful having you here, but we're not
Thank you
letting you
very
go
much.
before a rapid fire section. Okay,
Sure.
so no overthinking, quick answers.
Okay.
Right? Ready to shoot? Okay.
Let's try.
Diamonds, emeralds, or sapphires?
Diamonds.
Okay. Classic solitaire or bold cocktail ring?
Classic.
Design a dream piece for Deepika Padukone, Michelle Yeoh, or Taylor Swift?
Deepika Padukone.
One jewelry trend you wish would make a comeback?
Oh, men's collections, men's cufflinks and lapel pins.
Okay, okay. One trend you wish would quietly disappear?
None.
Okay, good one. Clients who come super researched versus clients who say, I trust you, surprise me. Which do you secretly enjoy more?
Super research. I love to educate and we love to have, but
Right.
when someone has done research, there
Right.
can be more in-depth conversations that I enjoy because they know and already understand quite a bit.
Right.
And it just makes the conversation more meaningful than just taking it in. It's a conversation then, instead of
Absolutely.
just a one-way
Right.
conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing so much sparkle here today with your conversation and sharing about jewelry with us.
Thank you very much, Shalima. Thank you very much for having me on Dreamcatchers.
Yes, it was
my
a
pleasure.
delightful conversation.
It was very,
and we
very
wish
much
you
so.
all the best for all your expansion plans. Thank you for watching and keep watching the Dreamcatchers show. We are in our season 3, all thanks to you. Thank you for your love and support. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Spotify, iTunes. And if you don't want to watch or listen, read about us on Medium through a blog. So we are everywhere and we will keep getting inspiring stories, inspiring guests to you. If you want to be on this show, reach out to us. Thank you for watching. Signing out, Shalima Motia. 4 years, you
4
kidding
years?
me?
Yeah,
Oh
so-
my God. And
so
your
by
mom
the
didn't
time-
catch on?
No. Bhavya is now in charge of the full design team.
Right.
So all the new concepts, new styles, everything will get approved and done through Bhavya. So.
And she's a sweetheart, man. I love her.
Thank you.
Seriously.